So from IT now to the host. So welcome everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name is Alex, and I am the current board president of IYCCB, Iyengar Yoga Center, Coachella Valley, nonprofit providing free Iyengar yoga in the community. So we're very happy to have Viv as our guest for our third of our series of conversation with. And Viv will be talking, teaching us, walking us through, guiding us through Vipassana meditation. But I will let him take over from here. Um, so I think that we'll just do that, right? So we'll just go into the what he does best. So welcome. Thank you for being with us. And I will move to the side. And thank you for being here. Thank you.
Want me to move?
Yes, if you don't mind.
Sure. Okay, welcome. And to begin with, I'm not here to teach Vipassana. I want to be very clear about it because Vipassana is taught over 10 days minimum, so cannot be taught. But what I'm going to share here is I'm going to guide you through Anapana, which is the first step of Vipassana. So that I can do in a short time. Going back to what Vipassana is, Vipassana means looking things as they are, not as we want it to be or what seems like it is. Looking at the actual truth of everything around us the way it is. And to do that, this technique was taught by Buddha 2,600 years ago. And the teaching has been passed from teacher to pupil all through the centuries. And my teacher, S.N. Goenkaji, is where I got it from. And he got it from his teacher, Sayagyi Ubaken, and so forth. It keeps on going. So this is what I'm sharing, is what I learned and from my own practice, what I have practiced. So obviously I've added a little of my to it, but it's basically his teaching that I'm sharing. Now going back to Vipassana, seeing things as they are, I'm going to share this with you. Okay, just to illustrate it, I brought this here. Can you guys see this? Okay, this looks like a cylinder. Okay, if I look at from one point, looks like a circle. From a different angle, looks like a square. See that? So where we are looking from and what our perspective is. And now you're going to say, yeah, that's a cylinder. It is not a cylinder either, right? It looks like a cylinder, but what is it? It is atoms. If you break it down, it's nothing but collection of atoms. So that's what Vipassana does. It takes us from this gross, what we see, to the infinite, the truth, what it is. So it's very special for that reason. And obviously I can't get you there today, but it takes a lot of practice to get to that. But like I said, what I can do for you is the Anapana. Okay. And what is the goal of Vipassana? Okay. What do you think the goal is? You think it's going to heaven or no? The whole purpose of this practice is to live a happy life, because that's all we know. We don't know what's going to happen when we die. Is there a heaven or not? Nobody's come back and told us that, right? So we go by what we hear. So that's the goal. We have to make this life, that's the only life we know, make this a happy life. And to get there, we need to know what the suffering is. Why do we suffer? Why are we not happy? The reason we are not happy is we crave for things that we like. We get them for a little bit, we are happy about it. On the other side, we keep on getting stuff that we don't want. Aversion towards things. And we can't control what's coming to us. So we are miserable. That's easy to understand. On the other side, craving, when it's good times, it's good times. You got to enjoy it. How is that bad? It's bad because nothing in this universe as we know it is permanent. Eventually, it'll change. And when that changes, what's going to bring us? Nothing but misery. So both sides there's misery. That doesn't mean that this whole life is misery, we should end it. No, but there is a way out. The way out is the middle path. That's what he taught. Don't go to this extreme or that extreme. Stay in the middle. When it's good times, you enjoy it the best you can. But in the back of your mind, you know this is not permanent. Because when it changes, you knew it all along. When things are bad, yes, they are bad. What's going to happen? Eventually, they will change as well. So it makes it easy for you to handle them, number one. The other thing that happens when things are going bad, he gave that example of somebody shoots an arrow at you. Okay? There's a pain, number one. Okay? That pain is there from the suffering. But then you start thinking, why me? If I was not there, if they were, whatever, all that thing that go around it, with it, that amplifies that pain. That engulfs you. Now it's the pain that you can't handle. So Vipassana teaches, even Anapana will teach you not to put that extra pain. The pain that you have from your knees or back or whatever, that is going to be there. But you do not add more to it and to reduce your suffering, at least. Are you with me? Does it make sense? So that's the whole practice, is to how to get there, that I can look at things and say, oh, that's what it is, and that's what it is. I'm not going to react to either one of them. Now, so for all that reason, we have to look into ourselves, how my mind works with the body and the body works with the mind, and how mind works with the surroundings. Because we get in touch with the outside world through our senses. Everything comes in contact through our senses. Say, sound comes to us. What is a sound? It's just a vibration, right? The vibration comes and touches my eardrum, that starts vibrating, goes to my brain, and the brain says, oh, I've seen this vibration before. It goes to a file. If you think of it, there's a file. It goes and sees, oh, there, it matches this one. And that was bad. That was a curse. What happens? I all of a sudden start burning. I'm like, that person cursed me, and all that starts. Right? If it's a compliment, it finds out, it says, oh, it's a compliment. Oh, I like it. I want more of it. What am I doing? This basket, craving or aversion? Right away. And I keep on doing that. I keep on increasing that file bigger and bigger. What am I doing? Being miserable from what's coming from outside. This will teach us, give us a gap between, so we don't react, we act. We don't put that file in the paper. In fact, by not doing that, we take that paper out and toss it out, the one that was there. But the problem is we have collected so many. Next time there'll be another one. Take that one out. We keep on doing it till there are nothing left. And we can live in that. Does that make sense? So that's That said, the I have to give you the background, the platform of this whole practice. It sits on a tripod, three legs. They are all important. Okay, they are. I'll give you the in Pali, and then I'll give you the translation. Shila, Samadhi, and Pragya. Okay, Shila is morality. We all believe in morality: no killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, you know, and no lying, no intoxicant. A lot of people don't like that. They like their wines and whatever they drink, right? So I said, leave that aside for now. But why do we drink? Because we are stressed. If you are calm and quiet inside, you won't need it. So eventually you'll stop drinking. So leave that aside. The reason it is there is when you're intoxicated, you may break the other shilas, right? And if you want to be aware, how can you be aware when you are intoxicated? You cannot be. They can't go hand in hand. That's why it's there. Okay, so that's your Shila, morality. The second one is Samadhi, is what we're going to practice, the first step of it. Okay, it's not awareness. There's a difference. Sorry, it's not concentration. It's awareness. There is a difference. Okay, I can be aware. I can put a candle here. You can concentrate on it. But there's no awareness. There's no connection between you and that candle. So that's why the awareness is there. It's what's happening in this body and the mind. That's the awareness. The third one is very important too. Is pragya. That is wisdom. Now, what is the difference between knowledge and wisdom? Knowledge is somebody else's wisdom. You get that? Which means Buddha practiced this. If I believe it, it's my knowledge, not my wisdom. And he said, do not believe a word I say. Till you practice, and the result you get is your truth. Right? So that's very important too. So anything I say, do not believe a word I'm saying. We'll do an experiment together, and the result you get is your result. You get is your result, because we've all lived a different life. Right? That's the whole practice. Practice and see if it's your truth. If it makes sense to you, then it's your truth. The experience you're going to feel, nobody else is feeling that, will be different from somebody else's. Might be the same, doesn't matter. So that's why I practice. Because there's no blind belief saying that, so and so said that. The scriptures say, no. You practice it and see what it is. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, find something else. Nobody's forcing you to do this. So are you with me till now? Any questions on that? What's the last word? How do you spell the last word? Pragya. 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 Yeah. So now, since there's going to be no music, no candles, nothing here, okay? We got to watch our breath. Why our breath? Because it's always with us, number one. Every color, every race, everyone has a breath. So there is not a Muslim breath, there's not a Hindu breath, there's not, if I give you a mantra, there'll be either this, that, or the other. So nothing of that sort. So secular, everyone can practice it. And the mind, whatever happens in the mind, the body reacts. How can you tell? When you're angry, what happens? You start feeling heavier, right? You start feel a burning sensation. You get all the enzymes flowing. People, when they're nervous, what do? Some people run to the bathroom. The body is reacting. The breath reacts. Everything reacts. I can't see my enzymes changing, but I can see my breath changing. So if I observe my breath, I observe my mind. mind, I observe my breath. So that's why we observe the breath. And it's the breath that we breathe without thinking. You're all breathing at this time. That's the breath, not the control breath. In yoga, you do control breath. That's for the body, right? And why don't we do that here? Now, say this is my control breath. I'm going in, out, in, out. As we practice, we'll see the mind goes in, out, in, out, in, out. Some thoughts come in, out. There's no correlation anymore. We want to see what the mind is doing at this time, so we are watching the breath. That's why we're not controlling the breath. The breath that you breathe without thinking is the breath. So for that reason, we're not counting. We're not counting. We're not counting 5 in, 5 hold, nothing of that sort. That's pranayama. That's different, totally different than this. Because I know you guys are yoga practitioners, so I'm kind of emphasizing on that a little more. But that's what it is. And the other thing is, now where are we going to observe the breath? We're not taking it too far in. You're not following it too far in or too far out. The entrance of the nostrils, the rings, or the little triangle below the nostrils, above the upper lip, wherever you feel that breath coming in. You can take 2 or 3 control breaths and see wherever that air is touching. That's the spot we want. Got it? So, no verbalization, normal natural breath, and no counting, not even in and out. Nothing at all. You're just being aware of what's happening at this time, the truth of this moment that we are aware of. We raise it pretty simple, right? Let's try it and see. So back and neck straight, eyes and mouth gently closed. Everyone at home as well, just eyes and mouth gently closed. Bring your entire attention to the entrance of the nostrils, the rings of the nostrils, or the little triangle, wherever you can feel that breath coming in, going out. Since we're doing it for the first time, you can take 2 or 3 control breaths. It doesn't mean that too deep. Just control so you can get the feel of what you're looking for. As soon as you get that feel, let go. Because the breath has to be of your normal, awareness has to be of your normal, natural breath, not the control breath. Since you're doing it for the first time, you can take 2 or 3 control breaths again. Establish that awareness and then let go. Because the awareness has to be of your normal, natural breath, not the control breath. If your mind wanders away, just bring it back. It's okay. It's the nature of the mind to wander away. Just bring it back and start again. Back to the breath. Coming in, going out. If the thoughts arise, pay no attention to them. We're not trying to stop the thoughts, we're just ignoring them. Nothing but the breaths coming in, going out, your normal, natural breath. Try to keep your back and neck straight. Just a reminder, there is no counting, there's no, not even saying in and out, no verbalization. It's like you sitting back and observing the river flowing, your breath coming in, going out. Again, if the thoughts arise, let them pass. Thoughts are like the clouds in the sky. They form and they pass away. If you can't maintain that awareness of the breath, you can take 2 or 3 control breaths. Use a control breath as a training wheel on a bicycle. A couple of control breaths, and then see if you can maintain the awareness of your normal, natural breath. If mind wanders away again, take a couple of control breaths again, and then let go. Try to be with your breath as long as you can, ignoring all distractions by your thoughts, external or internal. Your mind keeps wandering. You can take 2 or 3 control breaths again. Establish that awareness. And the awareness has to be of your normal, natural breath in the long run. Try to be with your normal, natural breath, reflection of your mind. As you prolong the awareness of the breath, you'll notice that the breath settles down. As the breath settles down, your mind and your entire being settles down with it. As that happens, the breath settles down further. Try to prolong the awareness so you can feel the subtlest breath in the smallest area possible. That doesn't mean you force a subtle breath. The breath you're breathing at this moment is the subtlest breath of this moment. Just be aware of the truth as it manifests, moment by moment, breath by breath. And gently open your eyes. You can open your eyes. So how was it? You're all smiling and calm. How was the awareness? In and out, right? I mean, we meditated for what, 10 minutes? So of that 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, you're aware and kept on going in and out, right? But did it feel calm and quiet, right? Why? Because for no matter how long you were with the breath, you were in the present moment. You can't be aware of the breath that you haven't taken, right? The breath you took. You can only be aware of the breath that you were with. Now, if you are aware of this breath and then the next breath, what are you training your mind to be? In the present moment. Yes. Yeah. Whatever shows up, the truth of that moment, whatever is showing up, that's all. Because what is Vipassana? Where do you want to get to? Looking at things as they are. We're not putting anything on it. We're not judging it. We're just looking at that moment, that's what you are. And the next moment, your mind might wander away, wandered away. Now you're aware, now you're not. You're just with the truth. And you're training your mind to live in the present moment, because life is nothing but a collection of moments, right? It's just one moment after another. We put the time in there. If I can, why is it a perfect moment? Every moment is a perfect moment. Why is it? This moment has no past, has no future. As soon as my mind says this was past, this is future, that was good, this is bad. When you have nothing to compare to, it's a perfect moment. We're training our mind to live in every moment, moment by moment. And if we do that, we are happy. Because when the mind wanders away, where does it go? Past or future? Because otherwise it's with the breath. So that's what we're trying to teach the mind to live in this moment and the next moment and the next moment. And that's why it felt calm and quiet. How simple is that? Okay? this, the second thing that happened, if you noticed, I consider this as an experiment. We all did this experiment together, right? And if we do an experiment, if I put 2 parts of hydrogen, 1 of oxygen, what am I going to get? Water. Does it matter if it's a Christian or a Muslim or a Chinese or an Indian or this color or that color? Anyone who does that experiment will get the same result. And we did this experiment. We all got the same result, that felt calm because we were in the moment, right? And the other thing we noticed, as we were aware what happened, the breath settled down. We were not controlling it. It's like you're holding a glass of water, you put it on the table, it settles down. That's what happened to the breath. And as that happened, what happened? Your mind settled with it. You were sitting like this, all of a sudden the body settled, right? What happened? Everything settles. So what are we training our mind? This river, this universe has been going on for billions of years. I want to stop it because I like this. I'm here for 60, 70, 80, 100 years. I'm going for billions of years, it's going to go. When I resist change, I am miserable because I can't control. This river is flowing. It's going to go. I can't stop it. The minute I start trying to stop it, I am miserable. So we're training our mind to accept the things as they are coming. The mind's wandered away, wandered away. It's there, it's there. Big deal. So people say, I had such a good meditation. I was so aware for 5 minutes. Doesn't matter. As long as you're aware that you're aware and you're aware that you're not aware. That's it, without any judgment. You're just living that moment, the next moment. That's the whole practice. So, again, see, now this has become your pragya, not your wisdom. I mean, not your knowledge, but your wisdom. That's the truth you cannot deny. Okay. So now, how is it beneficial? And I always say that the meditation has to be learned on the mat. If you cannot practice it off the mat, it's worthless. Because when I'm agitated, I can go find a mat and sit. No, I can't start chanting. That's distracting myself. I'm not taking care of the problem. People go watch a movie. People go shopping. It's all distractions. As soon as that part is over, you're back to the same. Imagine this, there's a pot of milk. Okay, there's a fire under it. And something's brewing in you. That fire goes higher. You're getting angry, anxious. It's getting higher. It starts boiling. And somebody says, oh, chant or count to 10. You go do that. This fire is still burning. In fact, as soon as you're done, what do? You call a friend and say, can you believe so-and-so said that? This is what happened. Boom, you're adding more fire. Then somebody else, and you keep on thinking and thinking all night, all day, at night, you can't sleep. Because you're engulfed in that. It's that second arrow. So that's what's happening. You're not taking care of the problem. You're just distracting yourself. Okay, now, having done this, what are you going to do? When there's a fire burning, what do? How do you calm that mind? You watch your breath. Because as you watch your normal breath, the mind settles. You're taking the fire down now. Again, that fire is going to come up. And so calling another friend and go, I'm going to watch my breath. I'm turning the flame down. It's going to come up again. So thinking about it, I'm going to watch my breath for a minute or two. I'm turning the fan. Now you're taking care of the problem. Otherwise, this thing is going to boil and boil and it's going to spill, and then you'll be sorry that you said something to someone that you shouldn't have said. Now you're using it to be calm, be quiet. See how you can use this. It's valuable. So, I'll share a little thing. I was teaching in one place, and I went back after, I did one session, and I went back after a few months, and I was talking, and this person raises his hand, he stands up, and I said, yes. He said, oh, I was here for your last session, and I want to share something with you. I'm like, okay. He said he was in a museum, and they all have a little description of what the art is, and he's trying to read that. And he said there were school kids in there, and they were making so much noise, he could not concentrate. And he was getting so upset that these teachers should teach these kids to be quiet. People want, and he was getting worked up. And then he said, I thought of you. And he said, I just stood there and looked down, watched my breath for 2 minutes, and I could read the whole thing. And I was fine. The kids were still there. See how, and what do you learn from that? Number one, it works. Number two, if you do not practice this, it's worthless. So many people were informed of this. How many showed up? See the difference? Priorities are somewhere else, but the misery is there. So and even if you're here and you say, oh, it was a great session, you don't practice, it's worthless. People come and tell me, oh, it was so helpful and all this. There are people who have benefited from it. They'll come back and say, oh, we benefited so good, you're so good. I'm not good. Number one, I'm just passing the message from Buddha, number one. The message I passed is good. It's benefited so many people. But people who were there, who did not practice, for them it's worthless. You go to a doctor, a physician, he checks you up, he gives you medicine, he writes it down, you don't take it. How good is that doctor? You have to take it. So this is you know how it worked. Okay, now that's your wisdom. Now you tried this. You got to see, how can I use it? Okay. So any questions? No? Let's do another session. Now this session, We'll do the same thing just to get you established in it a little more. And then we end this with metta. Vipassana is always, it ends with metta, which is loving and kindness. So we end with that. You keep on doing what you're doing. I'll just guide you through metta, and then we'll finish the session, and then I'll go back and review that and say how we gonna, are we good on time? Okay. Okay, great. So again, normal natural breath. We're not counting, we're not controlling, we're just sitting back and observing what's happening. Just the awareness of what's happening at this moment. Okay? Again, back and neck straight. Eyes are now gently closed. If you need to get your shoulders back or back straight, just pick up your shoulders and drop them as if you're putting them on a hanger. And chin up a little bit, and you're ready to go. Gain your entire attention to the entrance of the nostrils, the rings of the nostrils, or the little triangle, wherever you feel that breath coming in, the breath going out. Reminder, there is no verbalization, not even in and out. We're not counting the breath. We're just observing that breath coming in, the breath going out. Back to the breath, ignoring all thoughts. Thoughts are never part of you till you act on them. Let them pass. The mind wanders away, just bring it back. If you want to change your posture, you may do so, but very slowly while maintaining the awareness of your breath. Try to prolong the awareness as long as you can. So you can be aware of your subtlest breath, your subtlest mind. Just be aware of the truth of this moment, your breath as it is, reflection of your mind and your being. Try to keep your back and neck straight. While maintaining the awareness of your breath, give yourselves a big smile with your entire being with love and compassion for yourself and everyone else. Feel the love and compassion flowing from head to toe, toe to head. May I be free of ill will, anger, anxiety, and animosity. May I generate love, goodwill, compassionate joy, peace, and harmony. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be liberated from all my defilements. I seek pardon. I seek pardon from anyone I may have hurt, knowingly or unknowingly, emotionally, verbally, or physically. I pardon anyone who might have hurt me, knowingly or unknowingly, emotionally, verbally, or physically. I forgive myself for judging, belittling, doubting, and being unkind to myself. I'm proud of myself for handling all the challenges in my life. I accept myself as I am, with all my limitations and strengths. I choose to say this to myself with honesty and sincerity. I love myself. May everyone who practices this technique benefit from it for their own good and good of others. May all beings be free, free of fear, stress, anger, and anxiety. May all beings, far or near, big or small, visible or invisible, human or non-human, be liberated, liberated from misery and suffering. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. I share. I share my peace, harmony, love, and compassion with you. May peace and harmony prevail all around the universe. Peace, peace, peace. Be with the breath, be with the peace and calmness within. Be well, be happy, be happy, be happy. And gently open your eyes. So how was it the second time? Better? Did you feel the peace and calmness within? Why look outside? It's all within you. We just have to find it. It's all there. You don't have to go anywhere. You know, people go here, there, looking for peace. It's all here. All you need to do is be quiet, let it be. Don't resist, let it flow. And the other thing is Shila. Why is Shila important also? So we did the Samadhi, we did the Pragya, we got the wisdom. Why is Shila important? What people do is they plant a seed of lemon. Okay? What are they going to get? Lemon, right? But what do they do? What do? We go to this God and say, God, please give me apples. I've planted lemons, but this God will give me apples. And you're laughing. That's what we do, don't we? You keep on planting lemons, you want apples. You want apples, plant seed of apples. That's all there is. This whole practice is also called Dhamma, which is Dharam. What does it mean? It means law of nature. If there's a fire, you put your hand in it, it's going to burn. It doesn't matter which color, which race, which religion it is. Because the nature of the fire is to burn. It's going to burn. If you plant a seed of lemon, you're going to get a lemon. No matter which God, how many times you pray to it, you can go to Himalayas and sit there for 100 years. You're still going to get lemons. But that's what we do. They're middlemen. They say, oh, give me money and I'll get you apples when you die. Not now. When you die, I'll get you. And you go, yes, sure. Why not start planting apples now? Yes, you will get apples in a few years. So now you know you're going to be happy now, and you're going to, yes, there will be suffering from the lemons you planted before when you were ignorant about this. Now you won't. So you have to go through that. But when the fruits come, do not replant that seed again. From now on, you stop planting. You're not putting that paper in that file again. That's what you're doing. So now, from now on, then you gotta get apples. Once you run out of the lemons that you don't want. I mean, it's so logical. There's no blind belief. It's everything is in your hand. How you can make yourself happy, and the happiness and the peace and quiet is all within. You don't have to keep on running here and there. So, I mean, that's why Shila is important. So we covered all three. They're all important. You got to do the Samadhi, you got to do Sila, and the wisdom will develop with it, the whole thing. Now, obviously, we've done this. Now you know what to do. How are you going to use this? 10 minutes in the morning. Every morning as you brush, whatever you do, 10 minutes in the morning, find a quiet place, sit in the same place every day, because it creates energy in that spot. It'll make it easier. And, I'm not going home with you. I won't be there to remind you. Back to the breath, no. But if you're sitting there, as soon as you realize, why am I sitting here? I was supposed to watch my breath. Watch your breath. Because that 10 minutes, put a timer on, phones off. Initially, you'll have 30 seconds here, 10 seconds there. Slowly and slowly, you keep on doing it, it's going to get longer and longer and longer. And you're training that mind to be in the moment, the same thing, calming your mind down. And when you get agitated, you know when you're getting angry, you know when you're getting anxious. What do? Just look down, watch your breath for a minute or two. If you're that angry, you can't control your what's the normal breath, do the control for a couple of minutes. They'll calm it down. Instead of running, watch a movie, counting to 10, you're turning the flame down. You're sitting in the airport, they're late, you keep on doing, oh, you keep on pacing, nothing's going to change by your pacing. You say, great, I got 5 minutes. What am I going to do? I'm going to watch my breath. Perfect. Doctor's office, same thing. You take that opportunity, a minute here, a minute there. You slowly and slowly, you'll get there. And if you can do another 10 minutes, helps a lot. Because whatever you've picked up all day long will be cleared in the morning. If you do another 10 days, if you do twice a day now, whatever you picked during the day will be cleared in the evening. When you wake up in the morning, you do another one, you're taking a step back. If you do only one, you take a step forward, you take a step back. Take a step forward, take a step back. You're not progressing. So if you can, do two. 10 minutes. I mean, instead of sitting on the TV and flipping the channel, there's nothing to watch. How many times you've done that? Houston? And now remember, this is not in your bed, okay? Because you'll fall asleep. Now, if you can't fall asleep, then laying in bed, watch your breath. You know what happened? You watch the breath settles, your mind settles, you're calm, you'll fall asleep. But what's going to happen? 1 o'clock, you'll wake up again and go, it's 1 o'clock, and I'm going to ruin my day. Tomorrow's going to be miserable because I can't sleep. And you start thinking, no, 1 o'clock, I should be sleeping. What am I going to do? I'm going to watch my breath. Fall asleep again. 3 o'clock, you wake up again. Watch my breath again. When the kids are young, the doctors say, don't feed them milk when they wake up in the middle of the night. You feed them milk, they want the milk, they like it. You start playing with them. Give them water. Next day, 2 days later, they go, that's no fun. Same with your brain. It's no fun. She's not turning the TV on. He's not reading. He's not worrying. There's nothing to do. Why should I wake up? Slowly and slowly, you'll sleep through the night. See? Yes?
The retreats are what, 11 days?
10-day retreat. 11 ends up being 11 but it's called a 10-day retreat. And we have centers all over. I mean, if you want to take the next step, that's what you should do, which gives, it's a life-changing event. So,
Why do you pick 11 days? What is with the 10 or 11? Why do you?
well, they tried that to cut it down because everyone's so busy to find 10 days. It doesn't work. See, the way it works is for first 3 days, we do anapana, which is what we did now for 3 days, 10 hours a day. So you do 30 hours of this, nothing but that. And then you go to Vipassana for next 7 days. Again, 10 days, 10 hours of that. So that's, by the time you come back, you got 100 hours under your belt. And that's life-changing. I mean, I recommend everyone should do that. But if you can't do that, at least this is a start, and this gives benefits. If you do this morning and evening, I'll do it right, obviously. You'll see a difference.
So, should we see if anybody has any questions online?
Yeah.
Also,
Anyone online have any questions? I
No
answered them all. Anyone here? Anybody else?
no questions.
No? Thank you, and be well. Take care of
So-
yourselves.
before we say goodbye, I want to say thank you. Thank you, Viv, for joining us. And Viv, he's a community member, so he's here. So if we have questions, if you're um, volunteering
Yeah,
you for, but if you're curious about what he guide us through the information he provided, he's here,
yeah,
right? We can
yeah.
ask
Right.
questions.
Yeah, and you can actually email me.
Great.
Yeah, it's very easy. One being aware, one being aware at gmail.com.
And also we
Only if
will
you're aware, okay? If you practice.
and we will be sending an email, a recap with a link. We'll upload this video to our YouTube channel, and but we'll send an update maybe in a few days with your email, with your
Sure.
contact information, and perhaps with the diagram that you showed us,
Oh,
because
yeah,
that was
sure.
very, very insightful. Just a little bit more inspiration to perhaps take on this journey of meditation.
Right. And, in person, actually, it is better than when you're not here. That's the
Yes,
other thing because, yeah, the space, you get the energy of each
yes,
other, everyone sitting together.
yes. So thank you for joining us. Thank you,
Thank
Viv,
you.
again. Thank you, everyone here at the studio, and thank you for joining us from home. Have a nice rest of your afternoon and weekend. And again, thank you for taking care of yourselves, taking time for yourselves, and being part of the community, taking care of each other. So thank you again.
Okay.
Bye bye.